Hi, my name is Abby, and I am doing my first ever book review. Um, so I'm not entirely sure how I want to go about reviewing, if there are certain aspects on a book that I want to talk about. I know a lot of the books that I do want to focus on, I do want to really put out there if there are any trigger warnings for people, because I know sometimes that can be really it can be difficult to read a book when there is something in there that can be triggering. I find that really helpful when I do find that I find it really helpful when I look up a review for a book and it tells me if there's a trigger warning in there, so I can at least be prepared to read it, or I can just avoid the book altogether. I don't think there's anything wrong with putting triggering things in books necessarily, because it's a real thing, but I just want to make it easier for people out there who do get triggered by certain things so they can be prepared to read if they want to read this book. So my first review is going to be on Please Don't Tell by Laura Timms. It was published May 24th of 2016, and the genre that Google puts it as, or when you really do like a Google search of it, says that it's a thriller, mystery, young adult fiction, which makes sense. I got this in the teen section of my public library. And it is about a boy that died at their school, and it tells a story from two people's points of view, both before and after it happened. The two girls are twins named Joy and Grace. So Grace is the more soft-spoken, independent girl, while Joy is out of her shell. She is like flamboyant and just kind of everywhere and likes to do things, likes to go out and drink and like smoke pot and just all this kind of stuff, while Grace is more stay at home, do my homework, focus on school, that kind of stuff, works out a lot, has issues with like body dysmorphia. And Joy is being blackmailed by someone because of this boy dying, and she was at the party where he died. And so this blackmailer is trying to tell Joy that he knows what she did and that he will tell if she doesn't, do what he wants her to do. Does what the blackmailer wants her to do. So that's what this book is about. I would say my main issue I had with reading it was that it is told from between the two point of views, which I don't find anything wrong with that. I think that it's a great way to tell a narrative, so you can get multiple sides of the story. But issue I had with it was I had an issue with focusing on where we were at in the story and the dates. And I feel like it's mostly probably on my part. I probably could have been more vigilant about reading when we were, what date it was, when this happened, when the event happened, and then trying to repiece the whole timeline back together. That's the only thing I had with it. Other than that, I think that it was a great book. The trigger warnings, like I said in the beginning, how I wanted to focus on trigger warnings, I would say that one trigger warning would be body dysmorphia. Grace has a lot of issues with her body, and you can tell just in the way that Laura writes it. A lot of it is like inner self-thought with Grace. I would even say Joyce has some issues with herself as well. Another one I would say would be sexual assault. I won't go into any details, I'll just say that. And another book, like on a scale from 1 to 5, like 5 stars being the highest, 1 star being the lowest, I'd probably rate this about a 4. I feel like the genre of thriller isn't really what I would classify as a thriller. Yes, I do think it's a mystery. Definitely, it kept me in there. It kept me hooked. I was grabbed. I never wanted to stop reading it. Really wanted to figure out like who this person was, what they did, how everything unfolded. But I would not go as far as saying it's a thriller. Tim's, this is what the cover looks like. In the red writing, it says, "I know the truth. You were at the party. I know what you did." So yeah, if this is something you're interested in, go pick it up at your local library. Buy it. I think I saw on Google that the book really wasn't all that expensive for iBooks or Google Play Books. Not sponsored, but just some options I saw while I was looking that up. And I got mine from the library. So, Please Don't Tell by Laura Timms, 4 out of 5 stars. If you like this review, give it a thumbs up. And I'm hopefully going to keep creating more reviews for YouTube. Thank you.